Three, two, one. Welcome back. I guess it's a special episode, a special topic. We're going to try to do this once a week. It's called What's on Your Mind. I'm here today with Hannah and Brice. So, guys, what's on your mind?
Brice,
I'm
you
just
go
glad to be in
first.
the warmth, man. Been cold and wet all day. Working on a Sunday, as Tom said, that we should never do, which I agree.
What'd you work today?
I had softball. We had 2 games. They moved them up to 9 and 11 o'clock. So at least I'm done earlier in the day. What are we doing?
I was just making fun of Hannah. Hannah, what's on your mind?
My mind? Ooh, this exam that I have tomorrow. Grad school life, man, it's crazy.
What's the exam on?
Do it.
What's the exam on?
This exam is muscle mechanics. So muscle physiology, structure, all that fun stuff. So our first unit is like sarcomere and all the structures, actin, myosin. The neuromuscular junction. So much fun stuff. I'm super excited about it, clearly.
Multiple choice or what?
No. It's all short answer essay questions. But the good thing about that is that you can get partial credit. So you can kind of like finesse your answers. I mean, like half the stuff, I don't even know what's going on, to be honest. But I know enough about it to where I can write something and probably get partial credit. So I'm not as freaked out, I guess, as I was earlier this week.
I don't miss grad school, honestly.
So I haven't studied for anything since I took the BOC last April. So trying to get back into the routine of actually studying and like taking exams is so hard.
Did you not take fall classes or did you take some?
I mean, we had fall classes, but we didn't have like exams and stuff. It was mostly like papers, projects, reading articles, answering questions, like that kind of stuff. So this is the first semester that I've actually had to like sit down and study and review. So
Kind of
it's
how
hard.
much the year was. We didn't take many exams, so I was just studying for the BOC pretty much the whole time, and it was weird when you got to grad school, like you said, and having to take tests and actually study and stuff of that nature.
I just remembered I also have a quiz in my lower eval class tomorrow that I totally forgot about. So I'll probably be studying for that too.
When did you guys take the BOC?
February 2017.
April 2019.
Okay,
last year.
So Brice, you took it way before you graduated.
I graduated May that year.
Yeah, I took mine the first week it opened, and I think it was the first week of February. Might have been January.
I think we had it was one of the first weekends it was open, and it was like the first round it was open.
And then were you in that weird limbo where it's like March and you passed?
6 weeks for me to get back.
But you're like, oh, I already passed the BOC, but I don't graduate till May, so I'm non-certified, but I kind of am certified, but yeah. I just need to graduate.
So our teacher, for the ones that I think there's 3 of us that passed, and we hardly did almost anything those last 6 or 7 weeks. And I was playing baseball at the time too, so I didn't want to have to, do double duty. But, I would just go and get my hours early and late at baseball and do treatments for the team and kind of help with volleyball and whoever else, because we shared the training room and the gym with all the gym athletes. So it was pretty nice. I had a ton of football hours that year.
Yeah.
Good times.
All I did in my spring semester, I took a 4-credit internship class, and I worked 40 hours a week at the internship. It was a D3 school with 2 full-time athletic trainers, and they had all the events. So I was there Monday through Friday and most Saturdays.
So you're pretty much full-time right away.
Well, yeah, but it was for school though. I was just, an athletic training student.
Hmm.
And,
That's kind of how my fall was, though. I mean,
mhm,
I didn't. I think I skipped pretty much all of our baseball workouts because I had to that fall. I was just having to do it all on my own.
mhm.
I was working football and volleyball, a little bit of soccer, but I was working or getting 40 clinical hours or so.
Let, let me tell you.
Oh,
Let me tell you a fun fact about student loans. So that spring semester, I took 4 credits. It was the internship. So I was a part-time student. Well, my student loans didn't tell me that if you're not a full-time student, your 6-month grace period to pay back those loans immediately start.
Ooh,
So I graduated in May, and in June they said, "Hey, you owe us money because from December to May you were not a full-time student." So I had to go on deferment because I had no money. I was like, "I have no money to give you." And then I went back to school. Like 3 months later, I went to master's, grad school to get my master's.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Neither did I. And I owe way more than I borrowed. I borrowed 41 grand in 4 years, and
oh
right
my
now,
God.
right now I owe like 47,000.
I was right around 42, and it's been jumping. And
Mm.
it doesn't matter even if you're paying, the interest is ridiculous right
Well,
now.
when your loans are 4, 5, 6, like I have a few loans that are like 6% interest.
Hmm. I'm trying to find. I need to find something that I can refinance them and do a different route.
Mm.
You got any student loans, Hannah?
I do not actually,
Pretty cool.
because yeah, this is crazy. So
Because their family's rich.
no, no, not at all. um, so at Greensboro, it's a really interesting story because um, I really like wasn't looking at Greensboro College for a while. Like I wanted to play soccer, Division 3 soccer. So like I stopped looking at them because they had a ton of like coaching changes. And so like February of my senior year of high school, the coach called me and he was like, "Hey, I have like your information. Like if you're still interested, we could really use like some goalies on our roster, blah blah blah. With your grades, like you're eligible for the scholarship, so you should come interview for it." And I was like, I'm looking at other schools right now. I'm not super interested, but I guess I'll come interview anyways, just to see like what happens. So I
Mhm.
came and I interviewed, and it happened to be with our honors program. Um, and so I did the interview, and I got a phone call like a couple weeks later, and they're like, "Hey, you happen to get the Barrett Scholarship," which was like the one that they offer every year, which is full tuition and room and board for private liberal arts school. So I ended up going to undergrad on a full ride for the honors program, and I played a season of soccer. I guess like a season and a half because I did like the spring ball, I guess. Um, and then I did a season of tennis, and then finished out just doing athletic training stuff. So good times all around in the D3 world.
D3 is awesome though.
That sounds nice.
Oh
I
yeah.
went to a D3
The
school.
struggle was
D2.
trying to play sports and get your clinical hours at the same time. That was rough.
100%
I remember I was working baseball at the same time that I was playing tennis. So our practice was right at the exact same time. So I missed like all of the baseball treatments and stuff. And then I would like show up to practice late every day because like I had my own practice. And then I would get all my hours on like the weekends with like double headers and stuff. And they didn't travel me because I was the only girl. So it was just like all the home games.
I
It
get
was
that
super
because
interesting.
I was in the same boat. I was playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I played all 4 years, luckily. But myself and one of our other baseball players were the first two to ever go through the program
Mm-hmm.
and play sport the whole time. So they were.
Yeah, we had several that played sports all 4 years, and I was just like, I don't know how you're doing it right now and getting like they would also work like part-time jobs and stuff to
Yeah.
pay for, private school. So it was crazy. I was like, I don't know how y'all are doing that right now.
I mean, I was blessed to have a little support from my family too, so I didn't have to work on top of it. But I got substantial loans from education, luckily. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a possibility.
Right,
Yeah, sure.
exactly.
Yeah, see, I'm not athletic, so I didn't play sports.
What do you mean you're squatting 315, dude?
That's why I'm an athletic trainer, not an athlete.
I mean, I look at myself now, and I'm definitely like the least athletic person I know.
So
I thought I
Like
was
I'll go
athletic.
out and like shoot basketball and stuff, and my kids are like, Hannah, what are you doing?
I picked one up at
I'm
Airball
like,
the other day, and I got
listen,
kicked out of the gym.
I peaked in high school, I think. No, definitely did not peak in high school.
what are you gonna say, Brice?
I picked a ball up the other day and airballed and got booed out of the gym, so I never went back.
Yeah, no, I play my kids in horse all the time. I'm terrible. I'm trash.
Hey, I beat a couple of my girls in horse a couple times, so that was fun.
I got asked to stand in at practice. Like they had this drill where they were just passing the ball around. It's like, all right, I can do that. And I was just standing there catching the ball and throwing it. I was like, man, this is what I've come to now.
Our
Can't even
soccer
play
coach
catch.
asked me to fill in at practice one day as one of the goalies because they were like down a few people. So I was like, sure, why not? So I was out there like diving, making saves, and all the girls were like, we didn't know you were athletic. I was like, thanks, guys. Feel the love. Appreciate it.
I always get like that funny whenever I get involved with stuff. Like even if it's the smallest thing. Like today, I went in the dugout. I usually sit on the outside of the fence at softball. And I just started drawing the balls off, and I would throw them in to the catcher, and everybody was like looking at me funny because I had never done that around softball.
That's so funny.
It's like the smallest things.
You got to get involved. It makes the job so much more fun.
Oh man, I love it.
Time
Love
passed
having
a
fun.
lot better today. I
Like
promise.
I'll just run out in the football field and like push the center over. That'll be like you're weak. And then I'll like mess with the wide receivers and stuff, and I'll go over to soccer and kick the ball out of bounds and like run away.
Tom goes and kicks the ball and gets on the gator and jumps the little creek like on the Twitter
Oh
video.
man.
Yeah. So
I don't even
someone
have a gator. It's so unfortunate, but it's probably a good thing because
yeah, you'd
man,
probably
I
drive
was
into a
like,
tree.
yeah. Listen, when I was in undergrad, I was driving a gator at my first high school rotation, and I threw my preceptor off the back of the gator.
Gosh.
So here's the story. Okay, so we're coming up from football practice one day, and there's like this gravel parking lot, and he was on the phone. He just like sat like on like the tailgate, I guess, and like all the coolers and crap were in the back, and I had sports med student with me in the front. So I'm driving. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go home. So I like floor the thing,
Mhm.
hit like a pothole in the gravel parking lot, and the back of the gator wasn't like locked down, so it shot up like
Mhm.
this.
Oh, no.
So I ended up like catapulting him, and he fell on the ground, and all the coolers and crap like fell on top of him, all the bottles, and like all the football coaches were like standing outside of the field house, just like dying laughing. And it's like one of those situations where like you don't want to laugh because you don't want to be like rude, but you also like want to go check on them and like make sure they're okay.
I think we're going to name this episode 5 Reasons Not to Hire Hannah.
No,
I have a gator story for you.
drive the gator, wear sweatpants.
Stop.
Digging a hole.
September of 2018, I was playing tennis with a friend, and I subluxated my fibular head, like in my right leg, and I was eating ibuprofen like Skittles for like a month. And I had a student driving the golf cart because my leg hurt real bad. And the women's soccer game, it was halftime, and I went to go check on football. So we just started to leave, and the coach is like, Dom. So I'm like, okay, we're going like 8 mile an hour. I'll just jump out. Not a big deal.
Rock and roll.
I jumped out and I ate it. So I just laid on the track, just laying there. I'm like, oh, I'm such an idiot.
Oh,
Why would I
just
jump out with a bad leg?
More ibuprofen.
Dude, 800 milligrams like every 4 hours for like a month.
Tylenol added in as well.
Oh my God.
It feels really good. Just take tape and just like tape that fibula like to the tibia real tight. Just pull it on in there. Helps out a lot with stability.
We had 3 student senior athletic trainers for football. And we pretty much ran everything for our preceptor would just supervise. So we would set everything up, break it down, do treatments ourselves. And if we had questions, we would go and talk to him. And he would check our evals and stuff of that nature. We get the Gator, we're cleaning up one day, and just all of a sudden, a kid tries to turn too fast, and we all just go sideways. Everything spills out of the Gator. We broke it like 3 or 4 times that year. The maintenance staff like hated us. They got a new Gator when we graduated. So I guess they can
One time, I was driving the Gator. This was also at one of my high school rotations. Driving the Gator, it was at a football game. I was going to the other side to like pick up one of their players and like take him to his dad's truck or something. And I drove by their student section, which was like packed, and they were booing me because I came from the other side. And I was like, I'm here to help your player. Can you chill out for like 10 minutes? It's fine. High school kids, man.
The
It's kids in general.
my first year at my current school, there was a soccer game, and I have a girl that would get hurt like every day of the week, and she gets hurt on the far side. So I'm just jogging out there, and someone from the crowd just yells, "Is anyone gonna help her?" And I just stopped. I was just like, and then I was like, so just people, parents and kids are just goofy.
Dude, it's the worst when you're sitting there and it doesn't matter what sport. You're just jogging out to them. You get to them and they just pop up. Like, you couldn't at least wait for me to get there. Like, come on.
Yeah, I yell at my kids because I'll grab them like, you're coming off the field, and I'd like drag them off the field because I'm all bitter now. I'm all like heated up.
I don't
hate
run
that.
if I absolutely have to.
No,
Yeah.
I don't run. When you run, you make mistakes.
That's right.
Yeah. I've heard that too.
But I did run once this year.
Did you make a mistake?
No,
What did you run for?
it was an away football game. We're on the road because it's away, obviously, and the home team does not have an athletic trainer.
Cool.
And we're on defense, and their quarterback scrambles, gets hit in the leg, and he lands on his head. And it was a oh shit moment. Like as soon as I saw it, I bolted out there. I was like, this kid's messed up. And he was messed up. We spine boarded him. And
That's crazy.
I told the coach, I was like, hey, we're not going to move this kid, and we're calling an ambulance. And then the ambulance got there, and our bus was parked in front of the entrance. So for like 5 minutes, they were on the intercom. They're like, East Chicago, move your bus. East Chicago, move your bus. I'm like, someone move that damn bus. Just holding this kid's neck. The only time I ran this year.
That's tough when they don't have a home athletic trainer for football, especially, man.
That's insane. Yeah.
Doesn't matter what size school it is. Like, if you're playing football,
Like football, definitely.
somebody needs to be there.
Yeah.
There's
So for part of my contract, I cover the home games for one of the middle schools that's like right by the high school. So I was at, I can't remember if it was like the 6th and 7th grade or 8th grade game, but anyways, I was at one of these games. Kid goes down on the field, and I like ran out there because middle school kids, like, you just don't know. I go out there, and he's just like laying on his back, And he was like, I'm fine. Just out of breath. I can't breathe. I need a break. And I was like, okay. So now I'm out of breath. Thank you for nothing. And then like I just kind of I try to be in like a neutral position because they don't have athletic trainers for middle school that like travel with them for football. Like I try to stay in like a neutral area. So I stay like on the home side. Well, like what you would think would be the home side. They have it flipped. But anyways, so I had to like go all the way back around the field. And I was like, ran all the way out there for that.
I've done that with soccer because they have both benches on the same side, and we'd go to the far
Yeah.
side, and they just let them step off. So I just walk all the way around with them. Seems like it takes forever.
Oh, just walk across the
I'm
field,
like,
dude.
now all the
It
people
was
in the
back in the
stands
day.
have to watch me like walk all the way around.
All
I
right,
cut corners, but I won't walk straight across.
first off, this is how I look at it. It's definitely my field, and I'm just gonna walk right across. Like, hey, referees, I'm walking across. I just walk across. That's it.
These kids were able, but
Or I do that fake jog, that lineman jog. Where you just kind of like,
you're walking, but your arms are
The
moving.
trot.
yeah,
Head bob.
that's how I run.
They get the
That's
head bob
running.
in.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever like actually run for anything yet. Not that I can think of, anyways. It'll be like a halfway run or the trot. Yes, maybe. Depends.
So the guy that was my athletic trainer, Chad Elbert, he's been there for 20 plus years at my high school. I've never seen him run. I saw him run for the first time, like, I think it was about a year and a half ago. I'd come home to watch a Friday night game, and he just, like, somebody went down. It was, like, kind of what Tom's situation was. And he just sprinted, and I was like, okay. I didn't know what to do.
That's awesome.
I'd never seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he always wears shorts, too. Like, he will not wear pants, even if it's 20 degrees outside. He's got khaki shorts on.
Super interesting.
That's when you know it's legit. When you just run that 4.40,
Yeah. He's a big guy. Like,
something's wrong.
He's a big guy. And it was impressive. I do have a positive for the week.
Yeah.
I got to walk a kid out for sophomore day this week. He didn't have
I
any
saw that.
family or friends around, so
That's awesome.
I retweeted that at 2 a.m. when I was eating
Yeah, you did.
full breakfast.
It was a weird week because I had another kid just say thank you for caring, like just out of nowhere, and then another one, like same kind of situation in the training room, like thanks for taking care of us. So it's kind of cool to get that positive reinforcement this week of what we're doing, you know.
Did you have a positive week, Hannah?
Trying to remember what happened this week.
You saw your dog.
I did see my dog.
That's a
That
positive.
was fun. My dad is retiring from his career as a sports administrator for like recreational like youth leagues and stuff. So he had a retirement party this weekend, so I went home for that. So that was cool. Yeah, I got to see my dog. He was way more excited to come in and play than he was to see me, so whatever. I guess one positive moment, we're starting to transition into like our spring sports. So we were like in there doing treatments and stuff after school one day, and the track coach comes in with like all these track kids, and he was like, all right, this is the athletic training room. Since all of y'all like just want to pretend like this isn't even a place and just go to the hospital for stuff. And he was like, this is Dan. Dan is the full-time. And there were like some of the basketball guys that were in there, and they were like, oh, this is Hannah. You should know her too. I was like, thanks. Appreciate it, y'all. The first UGA. But that was funny.
Jackie, it's a good thing.
I also
Yeah,
had a
for sure.
positive week. This was the first week in like 7, maybe 8 weeks where I didn't have to work Saturday.
Boom.
So
There you go.
instead of recovering on Sunday, going back to work on Monday, I recovered on Saturday, and Sunday I did me
And
stuff.
Sunday morning.
Well, I went boot scooting, aka line dancing, Friday night and Saturday night. Friday night I didn't really dance, so I just stood there. Saturday night I was dancing. I was, yep.
Heck yeah.
I'm learning slowly. It's really weird when you don't know any of the dances and there's like hardcore line dancing people and you look like an idiot. It's
Yeah,
intimidating.
I don't get in their way too.
Yeah, they're all wearing boots and cowboy hats and yeehaw,
Hey,
yeehaw.
you'd fit right in.
I was like, you're from Texas.
Howdy, man.
Listen, go to Texas, come down to Kentucky. It'd be great.
There's not that many people that we wear boots everywhere, but cowboy hats are rare. You see them when you go out to like nice places and stuff of that nature, but that's about it. Rodeo.
I don't have my own
Went to
boots.
my first rodeo the other week. That was exciting. It's pretty cool.
Like a rodeo?
Yeah, well,
Like where they ride bulls?
they did bull riding and then they had barrel racing. And then at the end, they had like a concert, but it was just like no name
Yeah.
bluegrass bands, whatever. So yeah, that was fun. We went down because like everybody gathered in like the arena for the bands that came out at the end. Like me and my friends went down and we were laughing because like some dude with a mullet came up to us and was like, "Hey y'all want to dance?" And we were like, "No," but thanks.
Y'all athletes have mullets. Like, is that a normal thing around y'all?
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Dude. I would say probably about 15% of our kids have mullets right now.
Why?
It's the new fashion statement, man.
Dude, mullets were
I mean,
This summer I got told to cut my hair.
Yeah.
I had like a fade on the sides, and my hair's real long and curly. And I had like a long mohawk mullet type of
yeah,
haircut.
yeah. You got to get rid of that.
I was told to cut it. They didn't like it in the clinic, so I walked in and they all gave me like this like sideways look. I was dying. It was great. I need to find a picture of that and post it.
that is fantastic.
Taylor hated me for about 2-3 weeks. I was walking around with that haircut.
Did your baseball team do like crazy like playoff postseason hair?
They all have crazy season hair anyways right now.
I mean,
There's one
that's
kid.
true.
One kid has hair down to here, but his like line doesn't start except like wait. He's like everything's receding. His dad went bald at age 25, and
That's unfortunate.
Tom, I'm sorry. I
That's why we wear hats.
rock my hair, man.
That's
Ooh,
wow,
the
look at that
bucket
nice
hat
line.
is in.
I'm slowly
We're
starting.
super excited about the bucket hat.
Do you have it?
Yeah, well, not with me right now, but
You gotta wear it on every
Well,
episode.
Yeah,
that's what I
Every-
should do.
every episode. So,
I'm pretty excited about it.
send me
Mom, I
the
want
mullet
one of those
photo.
hats, dude. I like
Put
your
them-
birthday
The mul-
chat.
Yeah. East Chicago athletic trainer. One community, one family.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's really nice. And that's the birdcage logo.
You made that logo, right?
I actually
Go
I paid
Cards.
Well, you got somebody to do it.
I paid 2 graphic designers because the first one scammed me.
I remember that.
Ooh,
Taylor was trying to
Yeah.
get something together, and you found somebody.
And then I had Hannah draw me a picture. But she
Lovely.
didn't she didn't do one of those nice, like gigantic canvases where she put 47 hours into it. She put like 43 and a half seconds into it.
first of all, the ones with 47 hours are like this big and it's a paper. It's not even a canvas. It just takes that long to do anything.
Oh, they look nice. They're good drawings.
Good
Thank
draw.
you.
Good draw.
When I have time for it, that's a struggle.
Have you sold any prints?
No, nobody's bought any prints from my website yet.
Okay. Cool. I'll have to
which
buy
is,
one
like,
then.
Hilarious
did
because
look at
people
it.
are always like, yeah, I'll send you the
I'll make
link.
a hobby buy as one if you will make it.
Do what?
I will do like a 8x11 canvas if you get a hobby buy as one.
No, you got to get the one she already drew, bro.
You do
I
have
mean,
a Bryant one on there, I think. I might
Yeah,
get that
she's got a
one.
Bryant one.
He's a huge Cubs fan.
oh yeah, there is a Bryant one. I forgot about
Waiting on his
that.
birthday to roll around.
What's the
It's funny
biggest size
because
you can get?
the biggest.
Yeah.
I just ordered really big paper, but I can't remember the exact dimensions of it. I think it's like
We talking like 2 by 3 feet or what?
I think it's 18 inches by 24.
Pretty good
If I'm
size.
remembering. Yeah.
Pretty good size.
So the quarterback for UK DM'd me on Instagram and was like, "Hey, can you do this drawing for me? Consider it paid for." And I was like, "All right." So we're pretty excited about that one.
Hmm.
Whenever I get this exam over with, I might start
47
on
hours.
it. Oh man, this
Yeah.
is going to be like a ridiculous amount of time because it's twice as big as what I normally do.
Bro,
So
she put like 4 hours on like the strap on like the helmet.
oh man, it was ridiculous. The helmets take so freaking long to do because it's just like too much going on up there, too much face
pictures.
mask.
Tom, we have less than a minute on our recording.
I know. You can only record for 40 minutes at a time
We've been
because
talking-
I have the free version and not the premium
We've
version.
been talking for 40 minutes.
We've been talking for 40 minutes.
Wow.
We're gonna let you get back to
That's
studying, huh?
Yeah, this has been a nice break.
Yeah.
Keeps you sane.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Some human interaction for the day.
Hey, quite a bit of positives too for the week, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, I'll talk to you guys later.
Ready for
Alright.
week topic 4, right? Coming up.
Topic 4, things I
Oh,
wish I
yeah.
knew when I started,
Heck yeah.
even though I don't think Hannah did topic 2 or 3.
Yeah.